we have a good number of participants. So let's quickly start and quickly jump on the gun to start this wonderful session on communication skills. All right. So good evening, friends. My name is Bhomick. I'm an Amazon best-selling author of the book Hidden Secrets of a Super Learner. For last 10 years, I've been enabling students with my public speaking and communication skills workshop. And specifically for last 5 years, I've been working very closely with them on the academics part, right? And also I've assisted many students in their interview skills and how to clear the interview skills, how to overcome fear of public speaking, fear of interviews, fear of GDs, and how to fare well from how to transition well from the campus, what you are in right now, to the corporate world, right? So this evening, I'll be talking a lot about the communication skills, why communication skills are important, and I'll be talking about interview skills as well. And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to it. So how many of you are excited? Just write in the chat box, "I," guys. I would love to see that. How many of you are excited for this particular session and the knowledge I'll be sharing? Just write "I." Yep, I can see a lot many eyes coming out. Very nice, very nice. Amazing, amazing, guys. All right, so first of all, thank you very much for joining, for taking out time and joining this particular session. And I hope that you guys are keeping safe and sound in these, trying times and tough times. So thank you very much. And also, I just introduced myself, and allow me to introduce this very good friend of mine, Mr. Teddy. Now, this guy is tremendous. Now, this guy has been, attending all my sessions, or I would say 90% of my sessions for last 10 years, right? लेकिन एक problem है, problem ये है कि this guy, has not at all developed even a bit. For last 10 years, he has been attending almost all my sessions on personality development, on public speaking, on communication skills, on learning, memory, etc. But this guy hasn't changed a bit. Can you please write in the chat box that what is the reason that this guy has not changed and he's, still like that, the way I brought him 10 years back? Can you just write in the chat box or help me with those things, that why, we haven't seen any change in this guy? Any idea? See, he's eager to listen, he's all ears. So in the chat box, if you can just write down, why do you think that this Teddy has not undergone any change in last 10 years? Okay. Because he cannot communicate. Yes, I see, because he cannot communicate. Can he speak? Can he speak? No, he cannot speak. Can he listen? No, he cannot listen. Can he talk? He cannot talk. Yes, he's a non-living. It's a non-living being, right? But I am sure, guys, I'm very much sure that none of you here who is attending this particular workshop would like to be like this Teddy. How many of you would like to be this Teddy? I'm sure no one would like to be like this Teddy and stay dormant for 10 years, 20 years, whatever time we will be spending here, right? So let me tell you one thing. If you don't want to be like this Teddy, one thing you should be doing is participating in this webinar, right? So this is a two-way communication, guys. I'll be asking you some questions to which I would be expecting some responses, and the more you respond, more you interact with me, it would be good for both of us. Both of us means me as a speaker and you as my audience. All right, so let's get started, guys. So how many times it has happened? Ask yourself, how many times it has happened that you have cracked a joke? You are sitting in a gathering with your friends, you have cracked a joke and no one laughed. How many times it happens that you know a concept and you are the expert in that particular concept, but someone else who is having less subject knowledge, expertise on that particular subject takes the spotlight, quickly goes and answers the question and takes the spotlight. How many times do you find yourself struggling to communicate your thoughts and ideas to anyone, to your peers, to your HOD or anyone? And how many of you prefer just sitting idle in the audience rather than stand up and share your ideas? And how many of you have that urge to speak कि हाँ यार मैं बोलना तो चाहता हूँ, मैं बोलना तो चाहती हूँ, लेकिन something holds you back. something holds you back कि नहीं, लोग क्या कहेंगे, लोग क्या सोचेंगे. ऐसा होता है हमारे साथ. How many time it happens? It has happened a lot, right? Guys, if this is something, if you can relate to these things, I am sure that you are missing on something. And I would rather say not something, but on big things in life, guys. You are missing out to big things in life. You know what? No, just for a minute, close your eyes and imagine, what if, if your communication was effective? What if you didn't have that fear? What if you didn't have those inhibitions? तो कैसा वर्ल्ड होता? Wouldn't it be possible that you would have, stood out of the crowd? You were able to stand out of the crowd. The conversations you do with your friends, with your peers, with your teachers, with your HODs would be more productive, would be more meaningful and impactful, guys. क्या ऐसा नहीं होता? अगर आपकी communication और भी अच्छी होती, तो you would be easily be able to convince other person onto your point of view कि मैं जो चाहता हूं वही हो, right? Without being pushy, right? It would actually enable you to stand yourself and stand for what, and pass on your opinion. And for sure, it would have helped you to grow better in your career. More raise, more promotion. It would have given you more visibility and authority in office, better engagement with your peers, with everyone around, right? You would have been an authority figure if your communication was effective, guys, right? So that is what I am here about, guys. The ability to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, and persuade your peers, even your partners, can skyrocket the quality of life. Tony Robbins says that the quality of your life depends upon the type of communication you are doing. It can be either with your peers, anyone around, your friends, your stakeholders, anyone. And keeping all the skill constants, guys, believe you me, I have taken till date more than 500 interviews. I have taken more than 500 interviews till date. And this has been my personal experience, that if I find two people of exactly the same skills, exactly same hard skills, technical skills, I would definitely prefer the person who is having good communication skills, guys. And with communication skills, I do not mean better English. I'll be briefly touching upon that point. It does not mean, अगर आपकी English अच्छी है तो आपका communication skill बहुत अच्छा होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. But then keeping all the skills constant, guys, communication skill is the definite differentiator over here. It is actually a game changer. And the research is also clear. If you go on to Google and then type the top 10 skills which are required, the top 10 soft skills which are required, communication skills top the charts all the time, guys. All the times that they top the chart. You don't have to go necessarily by what I'm showing you on the slide, but you can Google it and see it for yourself that, these are the communication skills. These are the skills which are required. And in this new and diverse workplace, you require, guys, you require communication skills. College mein there is a concept of mandatory and optional subjects, right? There is a concept of mandatory, ki ye subject mere mandatory and these are optional, right? Guys, communication is one subject which can never be optional, which you should never be taking as optional. I know curriculum mein nahi hota, but communication is something which has become a mandate, which has become a baseline in today's ever-changing dynamic world. And as a matter of fact, I've been talking about that communication skills in professional life, but if you see, we are actually doing it all the time. Not even not only in our professional life, but in our personal lives with our friends, right? We are doing it. We are social animals and we love to interact, whether it is our family or parents or peers or friends, we are doing it all the time, right? And if you do it properly, that is what it will help you make more friends. It will help you to become a more likable personality, right? It increases your self-worth and confidence. Remember, 3 or 4 slides before what I asked you, that imagine just for a moment that your communication skills are amazing. Wouldn't that increase your self-confidence? Wouldn't that increase your self-worth? Wouldn't that make you a more likable personality with more friends, with more meaningful and satisfying relations, guys? Right? It will certainly do that. And you will be valued in your coin. Now, what in this world is this coin? Try to understand. You have your friends group, right? You have your peers group, but that is your peer group, right? It can be doesn't matter how many friends you have on Facebook, or doesn't matter how many friends you have in physical reality, but the coin is your circle of influence. आपके फ्रेंड्स में से आपका वो सर्कल कौन सा है, कौन कौन से ऐसे लोग हैं who actually look up to you, और अगर उनको कोई डिसीजन मेकिंग करनी है तो they actually consult you. That is your circle of influence. Tell me guys, won't you be able to increase and widen your circle of influence if your communication skills are good? Definitely yes. And if you say that I'm not communicating, I don't communicate, even when you are not communicating guys, you are actually communicating. Suppose you are sitting in a hall, right, and you choose to not to answer to that question, you are still communicating that you are probably shy, you are probably ignorant, or probably there's a fear surrounding that I don't want to answer this question. So guys, communication is something that we are doing 24/7 guys, right? So this is really important. And on top of it, अब एक बात समझते हैं, on top of it, if you are having good communication skills, on top of it, अगर आपने public speaking का skill सीख लिया, so guys, you would be having a huge competitive advantage. And I cannot tell you the importance of it enough, that what wonders it can do to your career, to your life, both personal and professional guys. And you know why? Because 80% of your competition, 80% of your competition lacks the communication skills, lack the skill of public speaking. And this is, I'm talking on the back of my 15 years of corporate experience guys. I started working back in 2005 2006. I'm a 2005 pass out BTech, and since then I've been working as a full-time professional. Along with that, I've been giving these trainings. But believe you me guys, more than 80% of the students today lack the skill of public speaking. And now if you have that particular skill, won't it give you a competitive advantage? Definitely it will give you a competitive advantage. It would be a game changer for you guys, game changer, a definite game changer. And as I briefly talked about, communication skills, they are used in your personal life, your professional life, they are important in your relationships, and last but not the least, they give you a self-fulfillment guys. At the end of the day, when you have communicated well with all your peers, when you're having a satisfying relationship with your friends, with your partner, with your family, and with your teachers, etc., wouldn't you be having that fulfillment feeling guys? Right? Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. ये fulfillment हम सबको चाहिए होता है, and that is the basis of our existence as well. कि हाँ हमें वो fulfillment चाहिए, हाँ यार आज कुछ किया, मजा आना चाहिए लाइफ में, तभी सक्सेस का मतलब है, otherwise it has no meaning at all guys, no meaning. All right, so before we start further talking about communication skills, there are some myths that I would like to break. Number one myth is that good communication skills are speaking well and English proficiency. अगर मैं अच्छा बोलता हूं या मैं अच्छा बोलती हूं, अगर मेरी इंग्लिश अच्छी है तो मतलब मेरे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स तो बहुत अच्छे हैं. Guys, give yourself a break from this myth. Please give yourself a break from this myth, because English is just a language. English is just a language. Communication is a skill. English एक language है, communication एक skill है, and it is a skill which you can hone and you can get better at the more practice you do. The more practice you do, the better you become. So communication का English से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है दोस्तों. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि if this is a roadblock, कि मेरी तो इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं है तो मैं कम्युनिकेट अच्छे से नहीं कर पाऊंगा या नहीं कर पाऊंगी, guys, break this myth. Please break this myth. It is not the case. Effective communication is the ability to convey your message to the audience clearly and unambiguously. और वो किसी भी लैंग्वेज में हो सकता है, वो हिंदी में हो सकता है, इंग्लिश में हो सकता है, मराठी में, तेलुगु में, जर्मन में, फ्रेंच में, any damn language in this world will help, as far as you are able to convey the message to the other person. If you are thinking about one idea in your mind, you know right that we think in form of images. जब भी हम लोग कुछ सोचते हैं, हमारे दिमाग में कुछ images बनती है, right? Now if you are able to create the same image in your audience's mind, that is what effective communication is. Now it has nothing to do with English or Hindi or any language. लैंग्वेज इज जस्ट अ मीडियम, सिर्फ एक माध्यम है गाइस, राइट? आपको अपना मैसेज पहुंचाना है इफेक्टिवली, वो कैसे पहुंचाते हो आप, दैट इज कॉल्ड इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन. Okay, now how many of you want to become an effective communicator and supercharge your career and life, guys? Just write I in the chat box. I would like to hear responses, and I would not like any one of you to be like Teddy. I would like to hear responses. Just write in the chat box how many of you want to become an effective communicator and supercharge your life and career. All right, I can see a lot of eyes over here, lot of eyes coming here. Amazing responses. Thank you so much, guys, for this awesome response. Really appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, just a minute. Okay, yeah. अच्छा, अब एक बात समझते हैं. कम्युनिकेशन की बात कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे, राइट? what is the basis of communication? किसी भी कम्युनिकेशन का बेसिस क्या रहता है? Can someone tell me? What is something which is at the heart of communication? जब हम कम्युनिकेशन की बात करते हैं, सबसे पहली चीज जो होती है दैट इज कनेक्शन. दैट इज कनेक्शन. जब तक हम लोग कनेक्ट नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम लोग कम्युनिकेट कभी भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. अब यहाँ पे कनेक्शन का मतलब क्या है, आइए समझते हैं. I think my pointer is giving me some technical problem here. Okay, you can see now. Okay, so अगर हम यहाँ पे कम्युनिकेशन की बात करें, just bear with me guys for just a second. All right, so if I talk about heart of communication, now heart of communication is the connection what we are able to make. और connection से मेरा मतलब है सिर्फ audience के साथ connection नहीं, सिर्फ audience के साथ connection नहीं, that is secondary guys. सबसे पहला connection आता है with self. How many of you agree with this कि audience को आप बोलने से पहले, कुछ भी बोलने से पहले हमें अपने साथ वो connection बनाना बहुत जरूरी है if we want to become an effective communicator. Let me tell you why. Now this is very important guys, you must listen to that, to this particular point. Communication usually जब भी हम बात करते हैं, हम सोचते हैं it is an outward activity कि हम लोग कुछ बोल रहे हैं, हम लोग कुछ बताना चाह रहे हैं और हमारी ऑडियंस उसको समझ रही है. But यहाँ पे I would like to lay some stress upon this particular point which is very important, that communication starts with your connection with yourself. You know how you feel inside. How you feel inside, that is the thing you project outside. Now if I'm not feeling good about myself, my self-worth, will I be able to communicate like the way I'm doing? Will I be able to, you know, talk with this enthusiasm the way I'm doing? Will I be able to demonstrate this energy to you guys? Not at all. क्योंकि मेरा अपने अंदर के साथ मेरा alignment नहीं है, तो मैं communicate नहीं कर पाऊंगा. How do you feel when you are talking about a topic? Now you guys are, you know, you will be graduating, right? Whatever masters or majors you are, whatever majors you are having, if you don't feel aligned to that particular topic, I am sure you will never be able to convince anyone to your point of view. Now I know I am an expert at communication, I am an expert in memory or you know, many other fields. Now if someone talks about, you know, if someone tells me to give a speech on politics, guys, I would not be able to do that. Doesn't matter how much good a trainer I am, how much good a mentor or a communicator I am, I will never be able to give the speech on politics because I am not aligned to that particular subject. जब तक वो अंदर से alignment नहीं आता है उस topic के बारे में या आपके अपने self के बारे में, आप एक अच्छे से communicate नहीं कर पाओगे. You know, and then there is one important thing which comes in, which actually attributes to your fear of public speaking. कहा जाता है ना कि fear of public speaking is next to death, right? या उसको कभी-कभी ऊपर भी कहा जाता है कि that is the number one fear. वो fear क्यों होता है दोस्तों? वो fear इसलिए होता है क्योंकि हमारा self concept, the way we see ourselves, वो कहीं ना कहीं distorted है. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि यार मैंने कपड़े तो सही पहने हैं ना, मेरे बाल तो ठीक है ना, अगर लोगों ने मेरे को जज कर लिया या अगर मैं कुछ भूल गया, you know, these are negative self talks build that self concept for you, and that is where the fear comes in psychologically, wherein you think and you feel यार I'm not good enough, यार मैं तो भूल जाता हूँ, यार ऑडियंस मेरा मजाक उड़ाएगी, कैसे कर पाऊंगा मैं. And you know, this is ये अपने आप में ही एक बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है, you know, connecting with self and communicating with self, but I just wanted to bring in this point briefly in this presentation because it is important. Guys, the most important communication one can do is with the self. जब तक वो self कॉन्फिडेंस डेवलप नहीं होगा, सेल्फ कंसेप्ट डेवलप नहीं होगा, one would never be able to become a good communicator. तो जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि self talk, we all understand, right? लोगों से ज्यादा हम लोग तो खुद से बात करते हैं, right? Maximum percentage of our day goes in talking with self, right? And the way we talk with ourselves, guys, it builds our self-esteem. It builds or break our self-esteem. अगर मेरे को लगता है कि yes, I'm good enough, my self-esteem will be here at the top. बट अगर मेरे को लगता है नहीं यार, मैं तो भूल जाऊंगा या भूल जाऊंगी, मेरे से तो ये होता ही नहीं है, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा ये, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगी ये, तो वो सेल्फ एस्टीम डाउन होती है. एंड बेसिस ऑन योर सेल्फ एस्टीम यू मेक द डिसीजंस, गाइस. नाउ टेल मी, if you are not feeling good about yourself, if you're not feeling confident about yourself, will you be able to answer that question in an interview? Will you even be able to, if you are in a meeting, if you're in a presentation wherein if you ask some intelligent questions, there is a point of standing out, right? Now आप खुद सोचे कि आप क्या वो डिसीजन ले पाएंगे कि मैं खड़ा होके हाथ खड़ा करके एक क्वेश्चन पूछूं, और वो डिसीजन नेगेटिव ही ले पाएंगे कि मैं नहीं खड़ा होना चाहता बिकॉज आई एम नॉट फीलिंग गुड, माय सेल्फ कंसेप्ट इज नॉट गुड. बट इफ आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट इनफ, बट इफ आई एम अलाइन्ड इनफ, and I know that asking this question will help me solving my doubt and audience's doubts as well, I will take a decision like this. Yes, I will stand up and I'll right away ask the question. And that is what the self concept is, guys. I'll again briefly talk about this. This is a very wide topic. Now these lines are really important. The first point is you should be changing your self talk, क्योंकि बात ना वहीं से शुरू होती है. अगर मैं पिछले स्लाइड पे आऊं, बात शुरू होती है सेल्फ टॉक से. सेल्फ टॉक फीड करता है आपके सेल्फ एस्टीम में, सेल्फ एस्टीम फीड करता है आपके डिसीजन मेकिंग में, एंड यू आर जस्ट गोइंग राउंड इन दिस सर्कल. इस सर्कल को अच्छा करने के लिए आपका जो फर्स्ट स्टेप है, दैट इज योर सेल्फ टॉक. that should be right. So for example, you are giving the final year presentation. सपोज करिए एक सिचुएशन, आप फाइनल ईयर प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हैं एंड यू स्क्रू अप बिग टाइम. होता है, राइट? आप भूल गए, आप स्लाइड नहीं चली, टेक्निकल एरर आ गया, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है. व्हाट विल यू से? अरे यार, दैट वाज स्टूपिड, हाउ कैन आई बी सो डम. अरे भाई, मैं इतना बेवकूफियां क्यों करता हूं या क्यों करती हूं, ऐसा क्यों होता है मेरे साथ, राइट? दिस इज द सेल्फ टॉक वी डू. जस्ट ट्राई टू रिप्लेस दोस माइनर सटल थिंग्स बाय दीस पॉजिटिव सेल्फ टॉक्स. हम नेगेटिव थिंकिंग और पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग की बात करते हैं, यहाँ पे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ पॉजिटिव सेल्फ टॉक, नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक को रिप्लेस करने का पॉजिटिव सेल्फ टॉक से विद रिलेवेंट एग्जांपल्स, गाइस, राइट? अगर ये मत बोलो कि दैट वाज स्टूपिड, कि मैंने तो बिल्कुल ही बेवकूफाना हरकत कर दी. यहाँ पे ऐसा हम सोचते हैं, राइट? व्हाट वी कैन से इज, ओके, आई कुड हैव हैंडल्ड दैट बेटर. व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग हैज गॉन, राइट? जो बुरा हुआ वो हो चुका है. आगे से मेरे को इस चीज से क्या सीख मिलती है कि मैं इसको बेटर कर पाऊंगा या कर पाऊंगी. आई कुड हैव हैंडल्ड दैट बेटर, एंड यू राइट दोस पॉइंट्स. गाइस, दिस इज कॉल्ड फेलिंग फॉरवर्ड रादर देन फेलिंग बैकवर्ड्स. Only and only if you learn from your failures, you are failing forward, and that is what we want, right? How could you be so dumb? How can I be so dumb? Relax. Everyone makes mistakes. कोई भी perfect नहीं है. Replace these thoughts, guys. और देखो, words में power होती है. When we say, especially in case of self communication, words में बहुत power होती है. The way we communicate with ourselves. You can't deal with this. अरे यार, मेरे से तो ये होगा नहीं, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, कल presentation नहीं, मैं नहीं दे पाऊंगा यार. Okay, whatever happens, I'll be able to handle it. Just say like that. Use your body language. Just say like that. Whatever happens, I will be able to manage it. I'll be able to handle it. दोस्तों, 1 मिनट में तकदीरें बदलती है. 1 मिनट में आपके डिसीजन से आपकी लाइफ यूं चेंज होती है. It's just about that particular self talk. What you are doing. This will never work. You will never be able to do that. Whatever. अगर ये काम नहीं करेगा तो मैं कुछ और सीखूंगा. इस चीज को पूरा करने के लिए I will learn whatever it takes. I will do that. So guys, सबसे पहला स्टेप है, replace these negative self talk with the positive ones. I know मैं इसके ऊपर कुछ ज्यादा ही दे रहा हूँ emphasis. ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है. This is one of my favorite topics. But let's talk about, let's focus our attention back onto the communication slide over here, right? So we were talking about the connect with audience. Now we were talking about connect with self, and now we will be talking about the connection with our audience. अब इतनी बात तो हमें समझ में आती है कि कम्युनिकेशन में कनेक्शन बहुत जरूरी है. right? Connection self के साथ भी जरूरी है, connection audience के साथ भी जरूरी है. Now here I'll tell you some tips on to as to how to connect with your audience. अब दोस्तों यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना, मैं context दे रहा हूँ. Suppose कीजिए कि आपका final year project चल रहा है, right? Because that is something you will be more closely working to. Now do not start with any introduction, क्योंकि वहां पे ना प्रेजेंटेशन में हर बच्चा आता है अपनी इंट्रोडक्शन पहले देता है. स्टार्ट विद अ रिलेवेंट स्टोरी, स्टार्ट विद अ रिलेटेबल स्टोरी. यू नो व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल एक्चुअली हुक द ऑडियंस टू यू. अरे यार ये तो कुछ स्टोरी सुना रहा है, चलो सुनते हैं. एंड आफ्टर द स्टोरी इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ. इट विल हेल्प यू. ऑलवेज कीप अ स्माइल, ऑलवेज कीप अ पॉजिटिव बॉडी लैंग्वेज गाइस. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, अगर मैं इस तरह से इस तरह से करके बात करता आपसे कि दोस्तों आज हम कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के बारे में पढ़ेंगे और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, करेक्शन जरूरी होता है, ये होता है. आई बेट गाइस 5 मिनट में ये जो 46 का काउंट है पार्टिसिपेंट्स का, दैट वुड हैव रिड्यूस्ड टू 5. अग्रीड, right? So you need to keep that positive body language. That is really good. Your body communicates more than your words. I'll be coming to that. Your body communicates more. You can involve your audience by asking the questions. Didn't I ask you the questions, right? I want you to involve yourself at the right at the beginning. Didn't I introduce this guy to you? अब इसको introduce करने का क्या मतलब था? This is just a metaphor here what I'm using to convince you guys कि guys आपको अगर इसकी तरह डम नहीं बनना है तो आपको क्या करना है, आपको कम्युनिकेट करना है. कम्युनिकेट करने के लिए यू नीड टू बी एक्टिवली लिसनिंग टू मी एंड रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू मी व्हाटएवर आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू, राइट? सो दिस इज हाउ यू एक्चुअली मेक द कनेक्शन विद ऑडियंस. और अगर कुछ थोड़ा सा कैजुअल इवेंट है, दैट इज वेयर यू कैन हैंड पिक सम ऑफ द ऑडियंस एंड अप्रिशिएट देम जेन्युइनली एज वेल, right? ये भी आप कर सकते हैं. And then during the Q&A phase you can actually you should listen properly to your audience and paraphrase it. अब paraphrasing क्या होती है? Paraphrasing होती है कि once you listen to the question you repeat that question कि is this what you meant, right? So that कि आप उनके क्वेश्चन का relevant तरीके से आंसर दे पाए. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि उन्होंने क्वेश्चन कुछ और पूछा और आप आंसर कुछ और दे रहे हैं. So that is the connect with audience. So दोस्तों connection बहुत जरूरी होता है. And here I'll be introducing to you a communication framework. Now this framework has helped personally me a lot. ये एक ऐसा framework है जो आप किसी भी situation में लगा सकते हो. आपको कहीं पे भी communicate करना है, आप ये framework लगा सकते हो, right? So I'll be talking about this framework. First is the purpose. आप कोई भी टॉक देने जा रहे हो, कोई भी प्रेजेंटेशन देने जा रहे हो, उसका पर्पस क्या है? डू यू वांट टू मोटिवेट गाइस? डू यू वांट टू कन्विंस? डू यू वांट टू इन्फॉर्म? डू यू वांट टू एंटरटेन? जैसे स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस होते हैं, वो एंटरटेन करते हैं, राइट? आपका पर्पस क्या है? वो टॉक देने का, वो प्रेजेंटेशन देने का आपका पर्पस क्या है? दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच शुड बी एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर गाइस. क्या आप डू यू वांट द ऑडियंस टू टेक सम एक्शन? क्या आप ऑडियंस को कन्विंस करना चाहते हो कि दोस्तों मास्क पहनो, अदरवाइज इट विल बी लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग फॉर यू, right? What is the purpose? वो आपके हेड में बिल्कुल क्लियर होना चाहिए. The second point is your audience, of course. What is the audience size? क्या आप interpersonal one to one communicate कर रहे हो? क्या आप one to small group communicate कर रहे हो? Or you are communicating with a large set of audience, public speaking कर रहे हो? इन सब चीजों पे बहुत मैटर करता है. छोटी छोटी टेक्निकलिटीज होती है दोस्तों, जो आपको which you need to understand that my audience size कितना है? What are the pain areas of my audience? Now I'll be telling you one technique which will definitely help you in any interview, in any presentation, in any project or any presentation you give in the future. And that technique is called the PASS technique, guys. COVID जब शुरू हुआ पिछले साल, right? 2019, और पिछले साल जब लॉकडाउन लगा, there have been a plethora of webinars which have been coming in, right? And people have been selling on these webinars, right? The technique that they have been using is the PASS technique. It is the PASS technique, and this is $1 million secret, guys, which I'm telling to you right now. PASS is pain, amplify, and solution. So first you introduce the pain to the audience कि दोस्तों ये pain है, and then you amplify that particular pain, that if you do not resolve this particular pain, these are the bad effects you can have in your life. For example, pain क्या है आज की डेट में? पेन ये है मैं पब्लिक स्पीकिंग नहीं कर सकता. पेन है मेरे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स अच्छे नहीं है. अच्छा नहीं है। अगर मैंने इन पे काम नहीं किया तो क्या होगा? ऑब्वियसली मेरा पर्सनल लाइफ हैम्पर होगा, मेरे रिलेशनशिप्स हैम्पर होंगे, मेरा प्रोफेशनल लाइफ हैम्पर होगा, सब चीजें हैम्पर होंगी और क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ कहीं ना कहीं डिस्टर्ब रहेगी। ओके, एम्पलीफाई किया। नाउ यू गिव द सोल्यूशन, and now you give the solution, and if you give the solution backed by the data, right, research which is backed by the data, you will be able to convince your audience to your point of view कि हाँ ये बंदा सच बोल रहा है और इसके पास सॉल्यूशंस हैं। सॉल्यूशंस दिखाने के लिए, सॉल्यूशंस देने के लिए आप टेस्टिमनीज भी दिखाते हैं कि ये मेरा क्लाइंटल है, ये मेरे स्टूडेंट्स रहे हैं जिनको मैंने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी है, राइट? एंड देन बेसिस ऑफ योर ऑडियंस, बेसिस ऑफ द पर्पस व्हिच वाज डिफाइंड इन द इनिशियल स्टेप, you write the relevant script and content. You write that relevant script and content. और एक बार ही आपका जब स्क्रिप्ट रेडी होता है दोस्तों, then it is a time of preparation. But this is one of the most important steps, guys. इसमें there is a 1:3 rule what I follow. Okay, so first phase is warm up. आप जब एक बार स्क्रिप्ट लिख लेते हैं, आपका पर्पस पता चल गया, आपका ऑडियंस पता चल गया आपको कि कौन है, और आपको उनके पेन एरियाज और उसको एम्पलीफाई करके उनका सोल्यूशन किस तरह से देना है ये पता चल गया, यू राइट अ स्क्रिप्ट. ओके, नाउ यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग दैट स्क्रिप्ट एंड यू डू सम वार्म अप्स. दैट इज अ फेज 1. फेज 2 होता है कि जब आप वो स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ते हैं, यू सी is it coming well or not, is it coming well or not, आपको लगता है कि कुछ ना कुछ इसके अंदर हमें इंप्रूवमेंट्स करनी चाहिए, राइट? तो फीडबैक का फेज होता है. एंड थर्ड फेज होता है कि once that particular feedback is also incorporated, you have the feel about your subject कि हाँ ये जो मैं स्पीच बोलने जा रहा हूँ या जा रही हूँ, ये जो प्रेजेंटेशन मेरे को देनी है, this is something what I can feel from inside. जब तक दोस्तों, जब तक उस पूरी की पूरी प्रेजेंटेशन को आप फील नहीं करते, अंदर तक इंटरनलाइज नहीं होती, तब तक कहीं ना कहीं कुछ गैप होता है. बिलीव मी गाइस, आई गेव माय फर्स्ट TEDx स्पीच इन 2019. नवंबर 2019 में मैंने अपना पहला TEDx स्पीच दिया था, राइट? एंड उससे पहले मेरे को 8 या 9 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है लोगों को पब्लिक स्पीकिंग सिखाने का, राइट? दैट वाज द एक्सपीरियंस आई वाज कैरिंग. नाउ इन दिस TEDx speech I had to speak for 18 to 20 minutes. Typically इतना ही साइज होता है TEDx speech का 18 to 19 20 minutes, right? And if you believe me, I practiced my speech at least 50 times, 50 times. Now you can multiply 50 by 20 minutes, that comes out to be 1000 minutes. So I actually spent 1000 minutes. जब तक वो स्पीच इंटरनलाइज नहीं होगी अंदर तक, तब तक मैंने प्रैक्टिस करना नहीं छोड़ा. That is where the preparation comes into picture, and it is really important, guys, really important. Now the second point is, आप लोगों ने सुना होगा कि प्रैक्टिस करनी है तो प्रैक्टिस बिफोर द मिरर. बट कहीं ना कहीं उस टेक्निक के भी कुछ लूपहोल्स रहते हैं. तो उसके बजाय आप क्या करें, आज के टाइम पे you all are having this wonderful gadget in your hand, right? So you video record yourself. अब वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग से होगा क्या? वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग से जब आप उस वीडियो को दोबारा देखेंगे, you will be able to better appreciate what went well and what went wrong. क्या सही चीजें कही, क्या गैप एरियाज हैं, क्या क्या चीजें मेरे को और अच्छा कर सकता हूं या कर सकती हूं, वो सब चीजें पता चलेंगी. जो फेज 2 है फीडबैक का, वो रिकॉर्डिंग से ज्यादा बेटर तरीके से आपको पता चलेगा. Then you need to make sure the technical compatibility. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि आपने घर पे तो पीपीटी प्रिपेयर कर लिया, बट द वेन्यू एट वेयर यू आर गोइंग, राइट, वहां पे लैपटॉप का कंपैटिबिलिटी इशू हो जाता है, वहां पे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस का वर्जन दूसरा है. सो यू नीड टू कीप दीज थिंग्स इन माइंड. Then if you are having some visual aids or props what you will be using during your presentation, आपको उन props के साथ ही प्रैक्टिस करनी है. सही में ये बेचारा मेरे साथ बहुत बियर करता है. जब मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ मैं इसको हमेशा लेकर आता हूँ. So visual aids के साथ you need to practice. Then is the Q&A part. I understand that सबसे बड़ा दिक्कत रहता है कि ऑडियंस क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ लेगा मेरे से. what they can ask anything, right? So Q&A is another part which is important. इसके लिए आप क्या कर सकते हो कि जो भी आपका सब्जेक्ट एरिया है उसके अराउंड जितने भी क्वेश्चंस है, you need to ड्राफ्ट अ FAQ. जो भी आप प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हो, जो भी आप सब्जेक्ट, whatever subject you are talking about, you should be having at least the FAQs ready for that questions. And worst case scenario, if the audience asks you any question which you don't know the answer of, humbly say that, sir, I don't know, I'm not aware of this answer right now, but I'm sure I'll get back to you on this. That actually eases your anxiety कि हाँ, अगर कुछ पूछ भी लिया, नहीं भी आता होगा तो बोल देंगे. Now, last but not the least is the body language. Now, may I just request you to switch your cameras on for a minute. It is really important, guys. 1 मिनट के लिए अगर आप अपने cameras on कर लेंगे तो it will be really helpful. Will be really helpful, guys. All right. So, how many of you think that body language is important? How many of you think that body language is important? Now, here, if we see here, this guy. There have been some theories that body language is important. Some say body language is not important. They say to an extent. कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि words ज़्यादा important होते हैं. Let's try one thing. If you just keep your right hand over your left hand like this, guys. I can see you on the cameras. Please, if you can just do that. Right hand को left hand के ऊपर रखना, ठीक है? Now on the count of 3, we will be clapping, ठीक है? जब मैं बोलूँगा 1, 2, 3 तो 3 पे हम clap करेंगे. All right, give me a thumbs up if you follow these instructions. All right, great. So let's do that. And I'm sure I'm audible loud and clear, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. 1, 2, 3. Amazing, amazing. 1, 2. Why did you clap? Why did you clap? Did I say 3? क्या मेरे मुंह से ये वर्ड निकला 3? टेल मी, क्या मेरे मुंह से ये वर्ड निकला 3? आई एम श्योर नहीं निकला, राइट? बट व्हाट डिड यू फॉलो वर माय हैंड्स. You actually followed the language. My hands were communicating more than my words, guys. Believe you me, guys, this body language is really important. Now just write in the chat box if I'm telling you, if I'm just trying to tell you one thing. Guys, I'm very happy today. Today is the best day of my life. I've never been so much excited as I am today. I'm really happy today. Now tell me, guys, do I sound happy? Do I sound excited when I'm saying this? No, I'm sure not, right? But this is something what I'm speaking. मैं तो यही बोल रहा हूँ, right? And if words have the power, I understand words have the power, but body language has more power than your words, guys. Body language, आपके shoulders down है, आपका सिर यूं नीचे, आपकी energy low है. That is what is communicating more than your words, guys. It's not your words, but your body language which is more effective. And if I tell you that, guys, मुझे बहुत डर लग रहा है आज बहुत बुरा दिन है मेरा. दुनिया का सबसे बकवास दिन है आज का, यार. बताओ. Now tell me, मेरे कंधे बिल्कुल सीधे हैं, मेरी physiology is like this. I'm acting confident, but मुंह से मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? That this is bad. I'm fearful. Again, what is communicating more here? It's my body language, guys. Importance of body language. This is one of the most prominent slides over here, which says that 55% of your communication depends upon the body movements, your face, your arms, your hand gestures, your eye contact. Right, your body movements, the way you come across, the energy you come across, right, and your voice tone modulation and the pauses you do. It has actually greater impact than the words. And words, yes, they are powerful, but only 7%. Only 7%, guys. So this is the power of voice modulation. If I try to read this out, quiet birds gets disturbed. इसकी एक सेंस बनती है. And if I say it like this, quiet, birds get disturbed. फर्क आया? This is the power of voice modulation. पूरे के पूरे सेंटेंस का जो मीनिंग है वही बदल जाता है. Black baby crib on sale. And if I say black baby crib on sale, right? The second sentence says that it is the crib which is black, but not the baby. And first line क्या बोलती है? Black baby. अरे भाई racist हो गया, मारोगे क्या, जेल जाओगे. So this is where the power of voice modulation comes in. Let's eat grandma. अच्छा, grandma को ही खा जाओ. But the sentence is let's eat grandma. Right? This is the power of voice modulation. And जो भी words के ऊपर आप emphasis देना चाहते हो, I love you. If you say I love you, so it means it is me who loves you. I love you. It means that it is not a mere friendship, but I love you. So guys, जिस भी point को emphasis देना चाहते हो आप, उस पे आपकी body, उस पे आपकी जो voice की modulation है, वो increase होनी चाहिए. People will actually pick up the pitch of your voice and react to it. They will actually
Sorry to interrupt. I think some people are having trouble looking at the screen. I believe the screen sharing has stopped. Guys, can you all see the screen? The PPT.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, is it visible now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay,
So
now-
this is sure. So this is what I was saying when I said 55% of the body movement, 38% voice, and 7% words. Right. So this is what I meant. The most important slide. Apologies for that. And then this is the power of voice modulation. The famous sentences I was talking about. All right. Okay. So these were the three things, and the fourth thing is listening. Usually लोगों को लगता है कि communication is all about speaking and speaking. No, guys. Listening. We have actually got 2 ears and 1 mouth. और हमारा जो रेशो है सुनने का और बोलने का उसी के हिसाब से होना चाहिए. But it is reverse. It is actually reverse. And you need to listen, actually listen to listen. You need to listen to listen. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि कितनी बारी ऐसा होता है कि जब सामने वाला बंदा बोल रहा होता है, सामने वाला इंसान बोल रहा होता है, you just wait कि हाँ चल बोल ले. You just wait कि ये कब खत्म करेगा और मैं इसके ऊपर हावी होके अपना पॉइंट रखूं. ऐसा होता है कितनी बारी. But guys, if you want to be an effective communicator, if you want to be an impactful communicator, the listening part is most important, guys. It is most important. Listen to listen. It helps you to connect more with your audience. Audience को लगता है कि हाँ यार हमें सुना गया. हाँ हमें सुना गया. ये जो speaker है, he doesn't only speaks well, but he listens and communicates well as well. Right? It helps you to network effectively. किसी भी networking events में अगर आप जाएंगे, which I'm sure you would be going in your near future, the listening skill would be most important thing you will be having, guys. It increases your knowledge and horizon. Obviously, आप उसी चीज के बारे में बोलेंगे जिसके बारे में आपको पता है. लेकिन if you get into a habit of listening more, you will be having an increase in your knowledge and your horizon. And that will help you in making informed decision. Decision making का एक core concept होता है, guys, कि जितना ज़्यादा data available है हमारे पास, we would be able to make better decisions, right? And that is where you will be able to make informed decisions once you'll be having the more knowledge, right? So I discussed about these 4 pillars, which is a purpose, audience, preparation, and listening. And the core to these pillars is the connection. So guys, this is the communication framework जो आप किसी भी सिचुएशन में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, चाहे वो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग हो, चाहे वो प्रेजेंटेशन हो, चाहे वो इंटरव्यूज हो. आई टेल यू इसको आप इंटरव्यू में कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, किसी भी सिचुएशन में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. एंड द रीजन आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट दिस इज बिकॉज आई आल्सो have learned a lot from these pillars. Okay, so this is Mickey's story. I'll just leave it to the end. So let me tell you, let me quickly jump onto, in interest of time, that how to overcome fear of public speaking. How to overcome fear of public speaking, which I'm sure most of you guys are having. Okay, I'll be telling you my strategies as to how I overcame my fear of public speaking. Okay, first of all, guys, expose yourself to the fears. देखो ध्यान से समझते हैं, ये जो fear of public speaking है ना, it is not at only the physical level. ये जो fear है सिर्फ एक physical level पे नहीं है, it is there at psychological level. There is a fear कि यार ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा. There is some unknown जिससे आपको डर लगता है. कुछ tangible सामने दिख नहीं रहा है fear, but कुछ ऐसा unknown है जिससे आपको डर लगता है. So you need to expose yourself to the fear. अब ये expose कैसे करेंगे? If you really want, if you are really committed to improve your public speaking skills, guys, अपना local आसपास का एक Toastmasters club join करो. बिल्कुल करो, और that will give you confidence. Online public speaking communities होती हैं. Join them. That will help you to practice, because the more you face the camera, the more you face the audience, the more you speak in front of them, आपका fear धीरे धीरे करके खत्म होगा. The second is 3 P's. Guys, I practiced a lot. When I was undergoing my public speaking training back in 2002, I remember I practiced like mad. I practiced each and every speech at least 20 to 30 times, or even more than that. And that is where it actually got internalized, that public speaking skill, this body language. ये सब अभी मैं consciously नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ये अपने आप हो रहा है. Why? Because these things have been internalized within me. ये मेरे ही conscious का part बन चुका है, right? The third part which helped me a lot was fake it till you make it. A very important point, guys, here. Now imagine that you are going to give a presentation और आपको डर लग रहा है, which is okay. आपको डर लग रहा है, ध्यान से सुनना. आपको डर लग रहा है, which is fine. What you do? अब आपके पास दो choices है. या तो you keep on acting fearful. अब आप कैसे करोगे? If you are acting fearful, you will say, good morning, friends. I welcome you all to this presentation. अब क्या? What is the signal you are giving to the audience? The signal you are giving to the audience is of fearful, underconfident, right? And audience उस चीज से कैसे react करेगी? अरे यार छोड़, interesting नहीं है. अरे यार छोड़, मजा नहीं आ रहा. They'll pick up their mobile and start fiddling with their mobiles, etc. Now this is the message you are getting from the audience. आपको भी लगेगा अरे यार मैं तो boring sound कर रहा हूँ. अरे यार ये तो नहीं हो रहा. This is not working. ऐसा ही होता है. This is the loop you get into. Now at the same time, even if you are fearful, even if आपको डर लग रहा है, guys, act confident. Act confident, get into this universal power pose. इसको हम power pose कहते हैं. With these hands like this near your navel. इस तरह से खड़े हो जाओ. Give a smile. अंदर से डर लग रहा है, सिर्फ आपको पता है, बाहर वालों को नहीं पता. अंदर पता है, ठीक है. बाहर बोलो, Good morning, friends. Give a smile. Good morning, friends. I welcome you to this wonderful event and let me start with a story. Story सुना और लोगों को लगा हाँ यार ये तो confident लग रहा है. They will give attention to you. And और उनके ना eye contact से पता चल जाता है कि yes, they are giving attention to you, they are interested in you, and that will actually increase your confidence कि yes, audience are listening to me. That means they are they are interested in whatever I have to say. That is where this fake it till you make it will work. Fourth point, guys, 4 point, ये बहुत ही important points है. ये सारा मेरा 10 साल का experience निचोड़ के इस slide में डाला हुआ है मैंने onto how to overcome the fear. It's the mindset hack. कितने लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि public speaking में सारी audience मेरे को ही देख रही है. It's all about me. It's all about me. Guys, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about my audience. Why? क्योंकि मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा होके जो बोल रहा हूँ, मैं अपनी ऑडियंस की पेन को सुलझा रहा हूँ. I'm addressing their pains. I'm trying to influence them. I'm trying to inform them. मेरा जो पर्पस है वो अपने ऑडियंस के लिए है. Right? कितनी बारी ऐसा लगता है कि एक स्पॉटलाइट हमारे ऊपर लगा दी गई है and people are observing and judging us. No, that's not the case. Audience have come there to listen to you, and if you are able to solve their problem, guys, doesn't matter आपने कितनी बारी फंबल किया है स्पीच में, doesn't matter जितना मर्जी टेक्निकल एरर हुआ है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If you are able to deliver the value to your audience, it is about them, not about me. Try to understand this mindset hack. बिल्कुल गेम चेंज हो जाती है दोस्तों, बिल्कुल गेम चेंज हो जाती है. And if you are if you agree with this particular mindset hack, you will not be required to seek anyone's approval. क्योंकि आपको पता है कि आप उस प्रेजेंटेशन में वैल्यू दे रहे हो. Now I know कि ये हमारा जो स्लॉट है 45 minutes to 1 hour का था, right? But I know that we'll be overshooting. But even then, I know that I'll be giving you some value out of it. मैं स्लाइड्स को जल्दी नहीं भगाऊंगा इस एंजाइटी में कि यार क्या होगा, right? So, and the last point is visualization, guys. It works wonders. Again, a separate topic to be discussed. But if you can visualize things, if you can visualize your success, no one can stop you. And a pro tip जो मैं शुरू के टाइम पे बहुत करता था, मेरे को प्रॉब्लम थी आई कॉन्टैक्ट में. मेरे को प्रॉब्लम थी अपने ऑडियंस के साथ आई कॉन्टैक्ट बनाने की. मैं क्या करता था, दो चीजें थी यहाँ पे. मैं पूरे रूम में 3 जगह अपने दोस्तों को बिठा देता था. Now, when you see your friends, you feel comfortable, right? But when you see strangers, you feel uncomfortable. अरे यार पता नहीं क्या सोच रहा होगा. But दोस्त है वहां पे कंफर्ट जोन है, वहां दोस्त है कंफर्ट जोन है, वहां दोस्त है कंफर्ट जोन है. मैं सिर्फ उनको देखता था और वहां पे जितना भी ऑडियंस बैठा होता था उनको लगता था कि हाँ ये हमें एड्रेस कर रहा है, हाँ ये हमें एड्रेस कर रहा है. Yes, he is addressing us. So this is how I started doing the eye contact thing. I had real issues with eye contact, guys, real issues, right? So this is how I resolved it. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so what did we learn till now? Importance of communication skills. We understood the importance of connection with self and audience. Connection forms the base, guys. Relevant probing questions, listening. ये listening की बात कर रहा हूँ. And then the framework which I talked about, that talks about purpose, audience preparation, delivery, and listening. अभी तक किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन, किसी को कोई भी issue before we move on to the next part? That's the interview preparation. Or how many of you are feeling excited? Just write E in the chat box, guys. Just write E in the chat box for the next part. All right. I know we are running, we are running short of time here, but then this is really important. I would like to tell you these interview preparation hacks and tips over here. Okay. Okay. All right. So, interview skills या communication skills पे जब हम बात करते हैं, communication skills form an important part of your interview skills, right? Whether it is any industry, hospitality, IT, front office, healthcare, sales and marketing, finance, education, किसी भी sector में आप जाइए, communication skill is something which is really important. And guys, I was attending one training program. I remember 9 years back in IBM, wherein they said one word, that your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. आप जितना अच्छा network बना लेंगे, the point which I mentioned in the starting point, COIN, circle of your influence, it will become your net worth, guys. And this communication is the key which will open all the locks, all the doors for you guys. And this is something which I can say right from the heart, because I've experienced it. I've actually experienced it. I got through my campus interview. I was the first person to get selected in the campus interview just because of my public speaking skills, just because of that. And in case, again, fear of interviews, right? यहाँ पे भी वही same चीजें apply होती है जो public speaking में होती है. Guys, it is not about you, it is about them. I'll explain this in the next slide. ठीक है? Help and resolve their pain. Interview में, let's try to understand this first point in this next slide, कि किस तरह से हम इंटरव्यूज को भी एक माइंडसेट हैक से चेंज कर सकते हैं. आप में से कितनों को लगता है कि इट इज अबाउट माय पे चेक? इफ यू एज अ फ्रेशर आर गोइंग फॉर अ जॉब इंटरव्यू, आप लोगों को लगता है यार ये मेरी जॉब का सवाल है, मेरी नौकरी का सवाल है, ऐसा लगता है. दैट इज वेयर वी कम अंडर प्रेशर, और हमें लगता है यार हमें तो परफॉर्म करना ही करना है. गलत थिंकिंग है दोस्तों, बिल्कुल गलत थिंकिंग है. इट इज नॉट अबाउट योर पे चेक गाइस. वो आपको वहां पे आपको जॉब ऑफर देने नहीं बैठे, या आपकी सिर्फ आप आइए और आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने नहीं बैठे. वो उल्टा आपको वहां पर जाना है. यू हैव टू रिजॉल्व कंपनीज प्रॉब्लम. इफ सपोज आई एम हायरिंग अ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग गाय, दैट मीन्स आई हैव अ प्रॉब्लम विद डिजिटल मार्केटिंग. मैं खुद नहीं कर सकता, राइट? दैट इज व्हाई आई एम हायरिंग अ गाय. And if I come across a guy who's suitable enough, who can solve my problem as an entrepreneur, right? Wouldn't I be more than happy to hire that guy? Exactly, yes. So guys, it is not about your paycheck. It is about the employer's problem, what you are going to solve. It is actually about the employer's problem जो आप वहां पे solve करना चाह रहे हो. और अगर इस mindset से आप जाओगे, guys, game change यूं होती. You'll not be fearing. अगर आप इस mindset के साथ जाओगे कि it is not about you, but it is about them. You are helping them resolve their problems. भाई वो हायर कर रहे हैं, अपनी कंपनी एक्सपैंड कर रहे हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं चैलेंजेस आएंगे, कुछ चैलेंजेस आएंगे, उनको सॉल्व करने के लिए जा रहे हो आप, राइट? एक्सपोज योरसेल्फ टू द फियर्स, सीक सेल्फ अप्रूवल एंड नॉट अदर्स, फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट. फियर ऑफ इंटरव्यूज को भी टैकल करने का वही सब तरीके हैं जो फियर ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग को टैकल करने के हैं दोस्तों. और यहाँ पे जो ये माइंडसेट change है, this really plays an important role. And I'll give you examples कि इसको किस तरह से किया जाए, right? For example, if you're going for an interview, guys, do your homework well. Do your homework well. Research about the company and job. I know इंटरनेट पे बहुत मिलेगा कि रिसर्च करो, बट यार रिसर्च में करे क्या? रिसर्च का मतलब, रिसर्च इज अ वेग वर्ड. एक वेग वर्ड है कि रिसर्च करो, बट रिसर्च में क्या करें? रिसर्च में करो कि डेमोग्राफिक्स क्या है कंपनी की, कंपनी का सेक्टर क्या है, रिटेल है, फाइनेंस है, आईटी है, हेल्थ केयर है, कंपनी के क्लाइंट्स कौन कौन है, कंपनी के फर्दर क्लाइंट्स कौन कौन है जिनको वो सर्व कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द सर्विसेज एंड प्रोडक्ट्स व्हाट दिस कंपनी इज ऑफरिंग. डू रिमेन अपडेटेड अबाउट द न्यूज. और न्यूज का सबसे बढ़िया माध्यम आज की डेट में है सोशल मीडिया. सोशल मीडिया पे फीड्स लगातार फ्लो करते हैं which tells you more about the company. You should be aware of the recent milestones that the company has achieved. You should be aware of what is the culture and the vision of that particular company. ये सब चीजें कंपनी की वेबसाइट पे, पब्लिक फोरम पे अवेलेबल होती है. There is no rocket science here कि इसको किस तरह से करना है. आप उनकी वेबसाइट पे जाइए, उनका कल्चर आपको पता चलेगा. There are n number of sites which tells you what's happening inside the company. Glassdoor है, नौकरी रिव्यूज है, बहुत सारे रिव्यूज हैं, रिव्यू साइट्स हैं जो आपको उस कंपनी के बारे में और इंफॉर्मेशन देती है. The most important point कि what are their competitors doing? अगर एक कंपनी है जिसमें आप इंटरव्यू देने जा रहे हैं, उसके आसपास के कंपिटिटर्स की कंपनीज को भी देखिए और देखिए ऐसा क्या चीज है जो वो कंपिटिटर्स कर रहे हैं एंड दिस कंपनी इज प्रोबेबली लैकिंग. And that is where you can pitch yourself, guys. I'll tell you how to pitch yourself in the interview. That is how you can pitch yourself and be a winner right away. और अगर हो सके, अगर आप कुछ इंटरनल कनेक्ट्स निकाल पाए उस कंपनी में, वो तो फिर सोने पे सुहागा होगा. दैट विल बी रियली गुड, राइट? सो रीपैकेज योरसेल्फ. यहाँ पे मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि रीपैकेज योरसेल्फ. आपको इंटरनेट पे ना बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स मिल जाएंगे, जो जनरल क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं उसके आंसर्स मिल जाएंगे, बट आपको उसको रीपैकेज करना है अपने हिसाब से. अब यहाँ पे मैं आपको ये थ्योरी बता रहा हूँ, लेकिन इसको मैं एक इंप्लीमेंट करके भी दिखाऊंगा. यू नीड टू अलाइन योर स्किल सेट्स. आपके पास जो भी स्किल सेट्स है उनको कंपनी की कोर वैल्यू के साथ अलाइन करना है. एंड वो तभी कर पाओगे जब आप कंपनी की रिसर्च अच्छे से करोगे. Try to form a common ground with your final year projects. For example, final year project में आपने कुछ renewable sources के ऊपर कुछ रिसर्च किया, कुछ लेकर आए, या फिर कुछ डेटा सिक्योरिटी ब्रीचेस के ऊपर आपने कुछ एक फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट किया. एंड द कंपनी यू आर गोइंग इन इज इन IT sector, so you can very well tell them that I solved this particular problem which was in data security. Right? I'll give you some more example. This is just a framework what I'm telling you, guys. I work on this. I think like this, कि मैं एक framework बनाता हूँ, किसी भी चीज का एक फ्रेमवर्क बनाता हूं, एंड इट बिकम्स इजियर फॉर यू गाइस कि किसी भी सिचुएशन को उस फ्रेमवर्क में डाल के उसका एक आंसर तैयार आपको मिलता है. राइट? व्हाट इज अ रोड मैप ऑफ व्हाट ऑल कैन बी डन फ्रॉम दैट कंपनीज पर्सपेक्टिव. हाउ डू यू आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट प्रॉब्लम्स यू कैन सॉल्व. राइट? प्रॉब्लम्स आप सॉल्व क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. टेल देम हाउ द कंपटीटर वाज एबल टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम एंड योर कंपनी इज नॉट डूइंग दैट. मतलब आपको इस तरह से नहीं बोलना है, लेकिन कैसे बोलना है नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में मैं आपको बताता हूं. Back every claim by a relevant example. हवा में कुछ बात नहीं करनी है. You should be having relevant, examples, whatever claim you are doing, and you need to take extracurricular to your advantage. Believe me, guys, ये जो 7 चीजें हैं, 7 में से अगर आप 5 भी ढंग से कर लेते हैं ना, I am sure no one can beat you in that interview. No one can, and you will be there with flying colors, right? So let me tell you. अब आंसर्स टू कॉमन क्वेश्चन होता है, जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि डेटा अवेलेबल है, बट उसके अंदर आपका फैक्टर, यू फैक्टर, रीपैकेज फैक्टर होना चाहिए. ओके? एक और चीज होनी चाहिए कि व्हाटएवर थिंग्स यू हैव डन. यूजुअली लोग क्या करते हैं, सपोज मैं इंटरव्यू देने गया, मैं सिर्फ अपने बारे में बात करूंगा. सर मैंने तो ये कर दिया, मैंने तो वो कर दिया, आई डिड दिस, आई डिड दिस, आई डिड दिस. ठीक है, आपने किया सर, बट इन सबको रीफ्रेम करो जो भी आपने किया, इन अ वे कि इन सब चीजों से प्रॉब्लम क्या सॉल्व हुई. गाइस, companies nowadays are looking for problem solvers, and if you can convince them कि देखो यार मैंने ये सारी problem solve करी है, that is where they will be impressed. You can say that I was proud to be a project which I did and it solved the problem of this particular thing. That is where it will be helpful. Now I'll just I'll just tell you कि tell us about yourself. एक जनरल क्वेश्चन है, इसका जवाब कैसे दिया जाए. लेट मी टेल यू. ठीक है, लेट मी टेल यू कि इसका जवाब कैसे दिया जाए कि हंड्रेड्स ऑफ जो एप्लीकेशंस है उसमें से यू स्टैंड आउट. ऑलराइट, नाउ लेट्स रीड दिस. ओके, गुड मॉर्निंग. थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू स्पीक अबाउट माई सेल्फ. माई नेम इज Bhomick, a recent MBA with majors in marketing. I'm a solution and outcome oriented guy who enjoys working in a team and collaboration. I'm a big fan of Philip Kotler and sincerely go by his tech teachings. I'm particularly inclined towards digital marketing, which I eventually discovered in my recent internship, which I did with XYZ company, wherein I successfully was able to run the campaign for ABC product, generating XYZ leads and solving company's major problem, which was dash, 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 right? Then along with the campaign, I was also involved in the SEO of their website as well, which saw 200% increase in the traffic in 6 months. And this data is available on the public forum on this particular website as well. Now that didn't stop here, because now I have enrolled myself in self-learning, considering the amount of potential it has looking at the global data. Guys, ये सारा जो मैं ये स्क्रिप्ट बोल रहा हूँ, it will not take more than 2 minutes. But it will actually tell the interviewer ki yes, you are well researched and you are the best person suited for this job. And then if I look forward 5 years, this is something which will be going in, which will be there in the market. Before that, I was involved in activity in my final year project, which was this. which helped us solve the problem of this, wherein I was responsible for this particular module and its integration with other modules. I recently completed a boot camp in Python. I also got an opportunity to represent my college in the annual university meet, which gave me a platform to hone my public speaking skills and learn how to deal and communicate with people. Okay, I love singing and I'm a part of local community as well, which helps me to communicate with other folks. So, sir, that was all about me, and I'm all ears to all the questions you are having. अब दोस्तों, जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि this entire script will not take more than 2 minutes. और अगर 2 मिनट भी लगते हैं तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट 2 मिनट में आपने देखिए इसमें क्या क्या किया. Let's try to understand कि इसके अंदर आपने what all things did you cover. आपने क्या convey किया? What did this answer convey? This answer conveyed that you have the clarity of your niche. कि भैया मैं हूं तो मार्केटिंग का, लेकिन डिजिटल मार्केटिंग समथिंग which is suited. You are aware of digital trends. That is why you have enrolled yourself into self-learning program. क्योंकि 5 years down the line, I want to see myself there. You have that vision. You are a solution provider. आपने फाइनल ईयर प्रोजेक्ट में सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड किया, आपने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी, आपने इंटर्नशिप करी, वहां पे उनकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी. सो यू आर अ सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर, यू आर अ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर, यू आर अ टीम वर्क एंड यू वर्क इन कोलैबोरेशन. आपने क्या बोला कि फाइनल ईयर के प्रोजेक्ट में मैंने तो इस मॉड्यूल पे काम किया एंड इसके इंटीग्रेशन विद ऑल अदर मॉड्यूल्स वेयर इन वी वर्कड एज अ टीम. राइट, तो आप टीम वर्क और कोलैबोरेशन को भी आपने दर्शाया. यू आल्सो शोकेस द सेल्फ लर्निंग थिंग. यू शोकेस दैट यू हैव विजन फॉर योरसेल्फ कि 5 years down the line I want to see myself here. And you also told them that you are aware of the importance of communication skills and networking. That is why you were the part of the company of the college annual fest wherein you got an opportunity of public speaking. दोस्तों, अगर इसी आंसर को आपने अच्छे से बोल दिया ना, बिलीव मी, यू विल बी एबल टू ड्राइव योर इंटरव्यू इन द वे यू वांट एंड नॉट व्हाट इंटरव्यूअर वांट्स. अब इसके अंदर मैंने ये 7 में से ये 6 चीजें करी है जो आपको ग्रीन में दिख रही है. राइट, आई डिडंट टच अपॉन हाउ कॉम्पिटिटर वाज एबल टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम, बट टेल मी, वाजंट इट अ गुड आंसर? I'm sure it was, right? So this is how you need to repackage yourself. Sorry. Now, another question I would like to briefly touch. Why should we hire you? भाई क्यों हायर करें हम आपको? Tell us about the company. मतलब वो आपसे पूछ लेंगे कि आपने कंपनी के बारे में क्या रिसर्च किया. Guys, please excuse me for a minute. Sorry. All right. Now here also you will have to showcase how well you are prepared about that company. Well, XYZ is one of the largest growing startups in hotel industry in India. Suppose जो कंपनी आपको इंटरव्यू करने आई है वो होटल इंडस्ट्री की कंपनी है. The social media is full of your success stories, guys, like this and this, and achieving so much in a span of 3 to 4 years just speaks the volumes. Also, one of the reason I can think of why company has grown so much, because they have addressed the common problem of the customers, which is this and this. Now I can relate to this problem because while I was doing my final year project in the YY company, I did the research on the current issues faced by companies, by the customers in this industries, and came up with some solutions as well. So that is where I can relate to, what the company has done. I'll be glad to join this organization and leverage my research, which has been previously done, combined with my passion in this field. Now, guys, tell me who will say no to this candidate? Who will say no to this answer? इस आंसर का जवाब, इस आंसर को सुनने के बाद इंटरव्यूअर के पास सिर्फ एक ही उपाय रहेगा, एक ही विकल्प रहेगा, दैट इज टू हायर यू. Definitely to hire you guys. And believe me, this is something which should be based on the research and genuine thing, right? And if you are still not confident, still fearful, still not confident, don't worry, just apply the framework. जो हमारा public speaking का framework था, उसी framework को आप यहाँ पे भी apply करिए कि purpose क्या है, audience क्या है, preparation आप किस तरह से करते हैं, and then you have to listen to the interviewer questions to adapt, right? So these are the things which I wanted to talk about. And yes, last but not the least, guys, leverage LinkedIn. Amazing tool, LinkedIn. Believe me, I was in UK in 2010. UK में बैठे मैंने LinkedIn के थ्रू अपने ब्रदर का इंटर्नशिप लगवाया जर्मनी में. That is the power of LinkedIn. That is the power of networking, right? If you can just go through this slide, and excuse me because I've got a bad throat here. Now this is something you can leverage LinkedIn as well. और यहाँ पे जो third last point है, that is write your views on the burning problem and tag the relevant people you know about their views. This is the most important thing. You can network with those people. सबसे पहले तो आइडेंटिफाई करो कि कौन से सेक्टर में जाना चाहते हो आप, उस सेक्टर की कंपनीज आइडेंटिफाई करो, उन कंपनीज में जो मेजर लोग हैं, जो मेजर इन्फ्लुएंशियल पीपल है, उनको अपनी फ्रेंड लिस्ट में ऐड करो, एंड देन राइट एन आर्टिकल एंड आस्क फॉर देयर व्यूज बाय टैगिंग देम. गाइस, इस तरह से फैलेगा आपका प्रोफाइल, इस तरह से विजिबिलिटी मिलेगी आपके प्रोफाइल को. एंड बिलीव मी, इफ यू गेट दैट विजिबिलिटी ऑन लिंक्डइन, योर जॉब सर्च will be more easier, because now when you'll be going for an interview, they will already know you कि हाँ यार ये बंदा तो LinkedIn पे काफी एक्टिव है, I know this guy. अपने आप अपने आप proof उनके सामने होगा on the social media. So leverage that social media, guys. Leverage that social media. And I'll give you a pro tip, but then you need to be silent and secretive about it. एक बड़ा ही सीक्रेट टिप देने वाला हूं आपको, सबको बताना नहीं है ये दोस्तों, सीक्रेट है. This is what I also used to do. इंटरव्यू प्रैक्टिस के लिए, आइडेंटिफाई सम ऑफ द एरियाज, सम ऑफ द सेक्टर्स जहां पे आप कभी अप्लाई नहीं करोगे. उन एरियाज में जाके उन कंपनीज में जॉब अप्लाई करो. गिव मॉक इंटरव्यू, गिव मॉक इंटरव्यू, प्रैक्टिस करो इस तरह से जहां पे आपको पता है कि आपने नहीं जाना. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई न्यू दैट आई विल नेवर मूव आउट ऑफ दिल्ली एनसीआर. I had some limitations. I will not move out of Delhi NCR. So what I did, see, it might sound unethical. It might sound unethical, but it will help you. See, I'm giving you giving you this disclaimer. It might sound unethical, but totally up to you if you want to do that. This is what I personally did, and it helped me a lot. मेरे को पता था मेरे को चेन्नई में किसी कंपनी में नहीं जाना, आईटी कंपनी है नहीं जाना, but still I would give the interview just to understand what kind of questions they are asking, just trying to understand what kind of expectation they are having out of this particular position, and to do my practice. So guys, this is a pro tip. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Keep it to yourself. This is a really important tip which I just wanted to share with you guys. All right, so that actually, so these were couple of case studies wherein you can see there were a couple of people, or okay, in Sapient I was involved in training the folks who came fresh out of college and joined Sapient as freshers. Now these are a couple of examples. This is the next slide of my students itself who were having brilliant communication skills. This girl joined Sapient in 2014, and now today, only after 7 years, she is working as a senior technical program manager in Amazon. Guys, 6 साल में a normal BTech student from a tier 2 city, went on to become senior technical manager, जिस मुकाम को पाने के लिए लोगों को 10-10, 12-12 साल लग जाते हैं. This girl did it just because of communication skills, just because of exceptional communication skills. This guy who joined Sapient in 2016 got 3 promotions, 3 consecutive promotions in 3 years. 3 promotion in 3 years. बहुत मुश्किल होता है. I was part of the system in Sapient. I knew that, and this guy just dropped. Why? Only one thing that stood out: communication skills. So guys, don't underestimate the power of a common man with exceptional communication skills, and you can develop those. All right. So guys, if you need to reach out to me, you can quickly, take a picture of this particular slide. You can scan these codes, which are of my website and my YouTube channel. You can quickly click that before I introduce something which I have to offer to you. Okay, so I'll be sending this screenshot as well to all of you. And now allow me to introduce, communicate to captivate, a one-to-one coaching program to boost your career. Now, this is something I've been doing for past 10 years in group via group coaching or one-to-one coaching mentoring. And this is a program which will contain 4 modules. First module will talk about conquering yourself, wherein you'll understand how to introduce yourself, how to overcome your negative talk, right? जो negative self talk के बारे में मैंने बात किया कि उसको किस तरह से you can program your mind to convert those negative self-talks into a positive self-talks, leveraging CBT. What is CBT? Cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm an expert at that, guys. So, and I'm saying that because I have those testimonies, along with me. So how can you leverage CBT and eliminate that self-talk, negative self-talk, convert it into a positive one? How do you discover your unique speaking style? आपका unique speaking style क्या है? How do you build your self-esteem? How you become mentally tough? Because in today's world, guys, it is not your brute strength, but it is your mind strength, your mental strength, which matters, right? Evergreen secrets from a book which changed my life: How to Win Friends and Influence People for One-to-One Communication. You want to make friends? Make more friends, influence people, one-to-one communication. किसी भी stranger के साथ how to kick off the conversation, right? How to keep the conversation going and how to be likable and influence the people around. So this is module 1. Module 2 is all about public speaking. Public speaking की anxiety से कैसे overcome किया जाए. Body language, the best body language hacks you can have for public speaking. Past technique को थोड़ा और advanced में समझेंगे हम कि क्या होगा इसमें. How to keep conversation going and leave a lasting impression. And you will here be practicing the speeches with me one-to-one. The module 3 is ace the interviews and GD. अभी तो मैंने interviews को briefly touch किया. We'll be going deeper into how to network with people, how to answer difficult questions. कोई ऐसा question आ गया interview में जिसके लिए आप prepare नहीं है तो आप क्या करेंगे? वहां पे आप नहीं कह सकते कि sir I don't know, right? And I'll get back to you. No, you will not, right? So how to अच्छा, एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस में सीखा, हाउ टू टेक इंटरव्यूज इन योर एरिया ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ. आपको पता है कि आपके ये 4 एरियाज स्ट्रेंथ के हैं और ये कुछ वीकनेसेस हैं. हाउ डू यू मेक श्योर कि इंटरव्यू बस इसी डायरेक्शन में जाए, यहाँ पे जाए ही ना. ये भी एक आर्ट है और साइंस भी है. दिस इज अ साइंस एंड आर्ट बोथ. आई विल टेल यू हाउ टू डू दैट. अगेन अ फ्रेमवर्क फॉर दैट. हाउ टू लेवरेज लिंक्डइन. ट्रेंडिंग स्किल क्या है जो अगले 5-10 साल तक आपको पैसा कमा कर दे सकता है, राइट? वो किस स्किल में आज मैं इन्वेस्ट करूं जो मेरे को अगले 5, 10, 15 साल के लिए इट विल गिव मी द रिटर्न्स, राइट? दैट इज द स्किल आई एम श्योर यू विल बी लुकिंग आउट फॉर, राइट? What are the do's and don'ts in case of a group discussion? Group discussion में किस तरह से टॉपिक स्टार्ट किया जाए, किस तरह से लीड ली जाए. ग्रुप डिस्कशन में अगर आपको उस टॉपिक के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं पता, तब भी उस टॉपिक के बारे में कैसे बोलना है, this is what I'll be telling you in this module 3. And then the module 4, which talks about written communication, guys. Written communication, because once you are in the corporate, you are in that pool, guys. You are not in a pool, sorry, you are in an ocean, right? Jahan pe there are sharks all around. I'm not trying to scare you out, but then one thing which will help you stand out there would be your business writing skills. Effective mails किस तरह से लिखी जाए, किस तरह से structure किया जाए अपनी mails को, किस तरह से अपना message put across किया जाए while you are writing, guys, right? So all these 4 modules will be totally based on one-to-one personal coaching you will be having with me, guys, right? 4 modules, 4 sessions. Each session would be around 60 to 70 minutes if you enroll here. Now, if I talk about this thing, I've been giving these modules and more of these, and this is the cost which is involved here if you enroll for a public speaking or a conquering self, interview and GD, and written communication, right? And all these modules sum up to $14,000 over here, guys. $14,000, right? But I'm thankful to you that you have attended this webinar. 1 घंटे की बात हुई थी, थोड़ा सा ओवरशूट हो गया. I'm thank you that you are still here with me, guys. I really appreciate that. So for you only, this total would come out to be 5,000 per head, only for you guys who are attending this webinar. All right. And I was speaking to Hrideep here and the coordinators, and we were talking that we love action takers. We actually love action takers, the people who do not procrastinate and take action. So if you guys register before midnight today, if you guys register, then this cost for you would not be 14,000, would not be 5,000. It would be only and only 3,700, guys. Now you imagine less than 1,000 per session. Less than ₹1,000 a session, guys. This will be the cost you will have to, not cost, this will be the investment you will have to make in yourself, guys. Now, understood. I just talked about कि वो कौन सा स्किल है जिसमें मैं आज इन्वेस्ट करूं कि मेरे को अगले 5 या 10 साल तक मेरे को उसका रिटर्न आता रहे. This is the skill which you invest today. It will keep on giving you returns throughout your life, guys. मैंने अपना पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कोर्स मैंने अपना पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कोर्स 2002, आज से 19 साल पहले किया था, 19 years back. I gave 5,000 rupees at that point in time for my public speaking course. Guys, believe me, वो 5,000 जो है ना, वो आज तक मेरे को 50 लाख से ज्यादा का रिटर्न दे चुका है. Even more. Now imagine this would be the best investment that one makes is in yourself. That is something, and this is the investment I'm talking about, guys. It is not a cost, but it is an investment what you'll be making. That is of 3700, right? So and if you want some more details around it, probably Hrideep, if you can pitch in, or you can reach out to the coordinator there at Zell Education as well. So that's all about that's all from me, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me on bhomicksane.com, bhomick.sane.com. And yes, one more offer. If you register before midnight today, you get this book from me, which is Hidden Secrets of Super Learner, right? This is my Amazon #1 bestseller book, and you get the ebook copy of this absolutely free of cost, guys. All right. So with that, I would like to take your leave, and thank you so much for devoting your time to me, listening to me so patiently and so carefully. Hrideep, all yours now.
Thank you so much, Bhomick. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for attending. If you all have any questions or anything like that, all of you have my number as well. I'm going to be reaching out to you all after the webinar gets over as well. So I'm going to send you the payment link as well in case you all are interested in registering. And any questions, feel free to reach out. That's about it. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to stop the webinar now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.